just did. Laughing, shouting 10-13 lines. Hopping over walls, I can see the face lights. And I'm gonna get a picture of it and explain on the rhythm. I'm gonna arrest him like 3 times for petty crimes. Never saw through this, that not anymore. When the verse got cold, when the verse got...
Hey, what is up, you guys? It is Tyler. Welcome back to the Tyler Wwe channel. Welcome to another, well, this isn't another, this is your first ever NXT UK review. This was the very first episode, the debut of NXT UK on the WWE Network. Now, this, I believe, was recorded months ago. I think back in June, they recorded these tapings, and they're just now getting to putting it on the network. I think they took a few months and tried to see what kind of TV deals they could land, and I don't think that worked out. So it's on network, and I'm not complaining because I didn't have any networks in UK that I could access, so this was the best bet. Also, you need some more content upon your network, so this, I felt like, was the best place for them to put it. That being said, I thought it was a good show. You know, I thought it was a really good first episode. Thought it was slightly better than Smackdown 1000 in terms of the quality of Smackdown 1000. I mean, some of the segments were good, but the matches sucked. I can't think of one good match on that show. Oh no. The tag team match is good, but there was 2 good matches on this show. So before I get into this, let me just say the intro to NXT UK is lit. That was probably one of the best intros WWE has going right now. Aside from not the NXT intro, not the Raw intro, not the Smackdown intro, the goddamn NXT UK intro. I don't know who sings the theme song, but I'm about to download that to my Spotify because that song was dope. That wasn't the full thing. You guys got to go on the network and watch it to get the full intro, or go on YouTube and find someone who has a full intro. But you got to watch the full intro. The intro was dope. That being said, the first match we had was Mark Andrews versus Joe Coffey. Mind you, Mark Andrews is in the ring, and at ringside, it's Mark Coffey. There's 2 Marks in this match. And then there was, like, I think 100 other Marks watching at ringside. But anyway, that being said, this was a nice opening match. You know, I think Joe Coffey, that hard-hitting, as they say, bruiserweight style, I think was a nice contrast with Mark Andrews' like vast cruiserweight moveset. At one point, Mark Andrews sent Joe onto the outside, and Mark, you know, he's trying to help his brother up, and Mark Andrews hits this perfect, beautiful, swan-like moonsault onto both men. It was just, the formation of it was just perfect. Like, Charlotte hit some good moonsaults, but sometimes her landing is ass. Like, this was just, the landing was good, the formation was good, the leap, everything about it was great. So I popped for that moonsault, not gonna lie. And he got some good height on it, too. Afterwards, Joe got him into the ring. He went for his finishing move, but afterwards, he got Joe into the ring. I think he went for his finishing move, the shooting star press, but was distracted by Mark Coffey, knocked him off the rope. Joe did like a Shelton Benjamin like leap onto the middle rope, but not like quite like Shelton Benjamin would back in the day. But you know, he did leap onto the middle rope, belly to belly him off of the top rope, sending Mark Andrews flying. Got him up and hit him with a discus lariat for the pin. Joe Coffey winning the match. Good stuff. Good stuff. After the match, the Coffey brothers went for the attack on Mark Andrews, stomping away at him. He was saved by Flash Morgan Webster, who I am starting to become a fan of. From the first, I think, UK broadcast they did. I think they had Flash Morgan Webster in for the tournament. And then, on top of that, I saw him at Progress Wrestling. So, yeah, I'm starting to become a little bit of a fan of this guy. So, I want to see him wrestling some more. After this match, we got a promo from Eddie Dennis saying he's got some stories to tell. Now, I kind of got a heat, like, towards the beginning, it seemed like Babyface, you know, I'm friends with Pete Dunne and Mark Andrews, and we grew up together, we, like, wrestling, we started training together, whatnot. But then at the end, he's like, my name is Eddie Dennis, and I got some stories to tell. But he said it in, like, the most, not sadistic, but, like, he said it like he was plotting something. I don't know if you guys caught it, like the tone in which he said it to sound heelish to me. So I'm kind of confused on what I should be expecting from Eddie Dennis. Now, I've seen him wrestle, so I know what I'm expecting moveset-wise, but character-wise, I don't know what I'm expecting. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with him. After this, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven came out. They cut a promo. Very passionate about how it took them this long to get this show underway, and this is going to be the hottest show here, and this and that, and how they're going to be the hottest tag team. And once those NXT UK tag titles go underway, they want to be front and center facing one of the best tag teams in the UK. So Trent Seven's like, yeah, everybody back better buddy up, because once those tag team titles come along, we're going to win a tournament and we want to face the best tag team. You know, babyface promo stuff. So it was a promotional for the tag team titles that are coming soon. I think the women's championship is coming soon as well, even though I low-key already know who wins the women's championship via spoiler. God damn it. Anyway, shouldn't have went on the internet at all for the last 5 months, right? Anyway, then we get into the next match. Sid Scala versus Dave Mastiff. Now, we got a promo promoting Dave Mastiff before this match. I'm thinking, okay, this dude's debuting next week. Nope, he's debuting right now. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess that's one way to, showcase guy. So, this was basically a squash match. I could tell by the way they promoted Dave Mastiff before the match. Big dude. I mean, he's not, like, huge. He was, like, think Rusev when he first debuted on the main roster, but just slightly fatter. That's how Dave Mastiff looked. Yeah, as a matter of fact, think Otis Dozovic, but probably like 2 inches, 3 inches taller. That's Dave Mastiff. And a bit heavier. So the dude comes out. It's a squash match. You know, he's throwing Sid around the ring. He's doing some, except in paint by number squash matches, they're just like doing bail throws and belly to bellies and power moves. He's doing some hard hits. At one point, he left his feet for a drop kick, and this is probably like a 320, 330 pound man. He's a big dude, so even his feet for a drop kick is pretty impressive. He followed it up with a deadlift release suplex right afterwards. I'm like, oh, wow. Okay, this dude's pretty agile. He's finished the match with a corner sandwich. As you guys know, a corner sandwich is basically when you have your opponent in a corner, and then you run into your opponent, and you kind of just, like, leap onto them. KO does it. Kevin Owens does it all the time. So the KO sandwich. That was his finishing move. Not a fan of that being his finishing move, but I guess I could buy it since he's a big guy. Wins the match, and yeah, that was Dave Mastiff. We get in to get a promo from a woman named Nina Samuels, and she's talking about how she's ready to face Toni Storm. Then she goes out to the ring to face Toni Storm. I'm like, wow, okay, so we're doing promos before the matches? Like, okay, this is different. I guess I can get used to this. Nina Williams versus Toni Storm was decent. I mean, it was really a paint by numbers regular match on a card, you know. Newbie starts off with some offense. Big name, that being Toni Storm. She gets summoned, crowd's going wild. Next thing you know, she makes a misstep, and now the newbie's taking over. She has control for most of the match until the big name gets control of the match, and then they start doing their comebacks, their 5 moves, and then they hit their finisher, and then they win. That's basically how the match went. Toni Storm won the match. Not to say that it was bad, it was just formulaic. But nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being formulaic as long as the match ain't bad, you know? It's just a buffer. For the main event, Pete Dunne versus Noam Dar for the NXT UK Championship. And this was really good. This surpassed anything on Smackdown 1000. Segments and all. Noam, that was my first time seeing Noam Dar in like, I think, an entire year. I have not seen Noam Dar wrestle at all this year. So this is my first time seeing Noam Dar wrestle since 2007. I don't know if he's been injured or they just haven't done shit with him. I've been seeing him wrestle since 2017. So, and yeah, they had some really good chemistry. I mean, Noam Dar, from what I remember, he was just a really good technical wrestler. Pete Dunne, he's just amazing at what he does, guys. I can't think of a single bad Pete Dunne match. You know, they're doing all the UK stuff. Hard hits, elbows, slaps, chops, punches. Noam Dar is locking him in types of submissions. Pete Dunne's getting out of them, bending back the fingers. Everything but the Marty Scurll finger snap. He's doing all that stuff. There was this one cool spot where Noam Dar hit a sick release. He had Pete Dunne on the apron. And he hit a sick release suplex onto Pete Dunne onto the apron. And the way Pete Dunne fell on the apron was just goddamn. Then he got back into the ring. Noam Dar, I think Pete Dunne got the upper hand. He went for the better end, but Noam Dar reversed this into a rolling knee bar. Got Pete Dunne. Now, I didn't believe for a second that Noam Dar was about to become UK champion, but the crowd was all hyped. They were behind it. Pete Dunne made the rope break, and the crowd was chanting, "This is awesome," and whatnot. I didn't think it was that good, but, you know, they were really putting on a good show. I'll put it that way. At the end, Pete Dunne, bending back the fingers of Noam Dar, places them on the mat and stomps on the hand. You know, you could eat. Pete Dunne, when he does that shit, man, I don't know how they do it. I would have been ready to be like consolably, like tears flowing down my face if my fingers getting bent back that far. I mean, my fingers go back kind of far, but not as far as some of these guys be doing. Anyway, so Pete Dunne puts fingers on the mat, stomps on the hand, finishes up with a better end for the pin. Pete Dunne is still your NXT UK champion. And it was a really good match. I wouldn't say it's a great match or match of your candidate, but it was definitely a really good main event. After the match, the two kind of flipped each other off with their pinkies, not their middle finger, as the thumbnail might be misleading. But they flipped each other off as a show of respect, I guess. And that was the end of the show. One quick note. Pete Dunne is approaching day 500, or might be at day 500 as NXT UK champion. I love Pete Dunne to death, but I do want to see someone else's UK champion. You know, we're crossing into Brock Lesnar territory. At some point, he's got to lose it. If I have any name in mind to beat Pete Dunne for the NXT UK champion, you know what? I'm going to say it. If anyone should be beating Pete Dunne for the NXT UK champion, and this is a very, very, very far stretch, I don't even know if he has any interest on being in this show, I think it should be Zack Sabre Jr. You know, the guy is super talented. He's killing it in New Japan. I bet he's killing it everywhere else too. I would love to see a ZSJ versus Pete Dunne match. I'm sure it's happened already, but I would love to see NXT UK. And if it happens, I want to see ZSJ win that championship. But that's just me. What do you guys think about this show? What do you guys think about my opinion about Pete Dunne losing a championship? And if you had to choose one person for Pete Dunne losing the UK championship to, who would it be and why? Let me know down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys next. Let me know down below also. Do you want to see more of these reviews? Do you want to see more NXT UK reviews? You know, we're already reviewing New Japan Pro Wrestling and the Mae Young Classic. Trying to my best to get into Impact, but it just ain't clicking. Anyway, let me know down below. Love you guys always. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.